My adopted twins didn't know siblings were supposed to protect each other, and their story exposed generational horror. The social worker called at 8:43 on a Thursday morning to tell me they'd found my children. Not children I'd been searching for, but children who'd been searching for someone like me. Twins, she said. 6 years old, brother and sister. They'd been removed from their 4th foster placement in 18 months, and the system was out of options. Behavioral issues, she explained in that careful voice social workers use when they mean something much worse. The boy was violent toward his sister. The girl was completely nonverbal despite having no medical reason for it. They needed someone experienced with severe trauma, someone who wouldn't give up when things got difficult. I'd been certified as a therapeutic foster parent for 3 years, specializing in cases other families rejected. My husband Dean and I had taken in 11 kids during that time, helped them heal enough to move to adoption or reunification. We'd seen abuse patterns, attachment disorders, developmental delays. We thought we'd seen everything. The twins arrived on a Saturday afternoon in September, delivered by a transport worker named Gina, who looked exhausted. The boy, Callum, got out of the van first. Small for 6, maybe 40 pounds, with dark hair that needed cutting and eyes that tracked every movement like he was calculating escape routes. His sister Nora stayed in her seat until Callum went back and took her hand. She followed him with her head down, blonde hair falling forward to hide her face. Gina handed me 2 trash bags containing their belongings and a file folder 3 inches thick. She said good luck in a tone that suggested we'd need it, then drove away before I could ask questions. Dean carried the bags inside while I knelt down to the twins' eye level. Callum immediately stepped in front of Nora, physically blocking her from my view. His hands were clenched into fists and his jaw was set. I introduced myself and Dean, explained this was their new home for as long as they needed it. Callum said nothing. Nora made no sound. I showed them to their room, which we'd prepared with 2 beds, thinking siblings would want their own space. Callum looked at both beds, then pushed them together so hard the frames scraped across the floor. He positioned himself on the outer edge, creating a barrier between Nora and the door. She climbed onto the inner bed and curled into a ball facing the wall. Dean and I exchanged glances. In 3 years of fostering, we'd never seen a 6-year-old arrange defensive sleeping positions like a soldier expecting attack. I suggested they might want to see the rest of the house, the backyard, maybe have a snack. Callum shook his head once. He wasn't leaving that room until he'd assessed every threat, and his sister wasn't leaving without him. We left them alone and went downstairs to read their file. The documentation was horrifying in what it included, and even more horrifying in what it carefully avoided saying directly. Born to a mother with severe addiction issues who'd lost custody when they were 18 months old. First foster home lasted 6 months before they were removed due to the foster father's inappropriate behavior that resulted in criminal charges. Second placement lasted 4 months until the foster mother reported she couldn't handle Callum's aggression toward Nora. Third placement ended after 3 months when neighbors reported hearing screaming and seeing bruises. Fourth placement lasted 5 weeks before the foster parents called emergency services, saying Callum had attacked Nora with a kitchen knife. The report from that incident was paper-clipped to the back. Callum had indeed